Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back to watch Mel Gibson perpetrate what, for this poor gentleman, has to constitute a true nightmare scenario in XCOM 2. And before you ask, no, I'm not firing shots at the beaver. Sure, it was a nightmare, but it was a movie about a man with a dissociative personality disorder who cuts off his own hand to rid himself of the talking beaver puppet he put on his hand in the first place that hates his family and now he must feel forced to get rid of. What did you expect? I mean, you should have known that movie was going to be a nightmare going in. And that wasn't a joke either. That's actually a loose, sort of in a nutshell plot of The Beaver. But I digress. I'm not talking about that movie. Let's get back to the real nightmare here. Because while I'm not normally one to concern myself with the health and well-being of civilians on these missions, we should really take a moment to fully appreciate what's going on. And that is that this gentleman is having a sanity-shatteringly bad day. Think about it. This dude woke up this morning, took a shower, had a cup of coffee, maybe a piece of toast, and then headed off to set out on a journey with his alien friends who, remember, as far as this guy knows, are helpful and benevolent. They're the good guys. And then, just as he was about to get into his Ford 300 sedan here, Mel Gibson shows up by crashing through a window wearing a suit made out of what appears to be raw meat and firing some kind of bizarre shotgun weapon into a crowd of aliens and innocent bystanders, killing several of them. Then shoots another alien in the spine and points a cannon at his face and says, "You're coming with me, and I'm not taking no for an answer." That's the reality of what's going on for this guy. That this is the sort of moment that makes a terror shit an actual reality. If this happened to you, this is the other thing too, think about this. If this happened to you, you wouldn't know if this was Mel Gibson playing a part, if he was doing some sort of role or a bit. Is this Mel Gibson filming Lethal Weapon 5? Or, alternatively, is this just a normal Thursday afternoon for Mel Gibson? Because it could go either way. It really could. Still, I feel sorry enough for this dude. Let's stop menacing him with the shotgun. Mel's not going to stop. You'd be like, nope, the gun stays pointed at this man's face at all times until he either agrees to come with me or I put a bullet through what used to be his head. Anyway, I feel a little sorry for the guy. That's all I'm saying. It's a real nightmare scenario for that dude. But we still got a lot of mission to do, and also somewhere on this map, there is still a sectopod lurking around, and we're not exactly sure where that piece of crap is. We've got 7 turns and not far to go, but I think we are going to have to knock this dude out. I believe. You're the captive we have to knock the fuck unconscious, right? Yes, definitely. Mel Gibson has multiple punch abilities. I want to make sure I don't accidentally rage strike this guy. So let's have Mel go ahead and just render this man unconscious. Whack. Really, you know what, Mel? I'd say that smashing that guy in the head was not necessarily the most courteous thing you've ever done. But now, if you sincerely sit down and think about it for a moment, Mel Gibson did that man a favor. That guy, like I said, he was having a monumentally shitty day, probably pooping himself in terror, heart rate beaten, he was like 140, risk of stroke, risk of some kind of coronary event. And Mel Gibson shows up and he's like, nope, and then just renders him unconscious. He's like, that's fine, dude. I know you were freaking out. I'm freaking myself out a little here in my Johnny Terror Organization meat suit. Let's just give you a nice little gentle nap, put you to sleep, and we'll make all the big bad monsters just disappear for a little while. Nighty-night. It was a very movie sort of inspired moment. Although one thing I would like to point out that movies, this is something I was watching a film the other day and they did this and it really kind of irritated me. Why is it that movies and TV shows really seem convinced that you can hit somebody in the head and just conveniently knock them out? This, to a lesser extent, too. Also, this person who arguably, remember, we're here to save. If you show up and smash them in the head with a butt of a gun and render them unconscious, you don't just do that to people. That's not how the human brain works. If you hit somebody in the head with a blunt object hard enough to cause them to lose consciousness, you have seriously injured that person. They may have brain damage. You probably fractured their skull. They're not in good shape is all I'm trying to get. It's a point I'm trying to convey. It's not really how you want to treat people. Steve Irwin, I really need you to scanning protocol, because there's a sectopod somewhere on this map, and I would really very much like to know where it is before I just go stagger into it. So if you could, this would be extremely helpful. Is this it? That can't be it. It's way over there. Are there 2 sectopods? No, not enough health. Sectopod and what else? The other question is, do we even want to fight these guys? Because we sort of don't have to. They're really far away. We can't even see them. We have no especially compelling reason to engage in combat with them. Do I just run away? Is that what we're gonna do? Really, Pete? You're just gonna fucking beat feet? This is your whole plan? Run like hell?
Here I come.
We really just can't abandon this sectopod, right? We gotta kind of fuck with it a little bit. If we're gonna fuck with a sectopod, though, and at this point I kind of think we are, let's engage an optimal let's engineer an optimal engagement scenario for fucking with said sectopod. If we're gonna do it, let's do it smart.
Got it covered.
We are on a time clock here. We've only got 6 turns. You're saying, Pete, 6 turns to kill 1 sectopod? Come on, if it takes you 6 turns to kill a sectopod, everybody's already dead. You're not necessarily wrong. You're not necessarily wrong, but that doesn't mean we have to be stupid about this. We also have reinforcements dropping in on us, which I probably should be paying a little more attention to. Drunk Uncle Mel. Let's just have you come over here and shotgun whoever lands. That should be comfortably acceptable. We're gonna have you do this.
I'm on it.
Shotgun surgery. Casanova will come back to you. Stovepipe, I want you on the rooftop. Best possible shooter's box with your guardian ability. If we could actually get this to trigger, theoretically, you could straight up kill at least one of whatever the hell happens to land by your little lonesome. And then we have Atlas King. Let's just get him in an elevated position. We'll put Atlas King in here with his Boltcaster stun gun as well. Whatever lands in our little kill box here is about to have a real shitty day. Arguably about as shitty as the guy that's over the shoulder of Steve Irwin right now. Yeah, these guys are... You have no fucking clue what you just got yourselves into, boys. This is not going to end well for you. I'd like to say, also, XCOM, the Advent, rather, you guys should fucking fire whoever your pilots are. Whoever determines your landing zones and shit, you should straight up fucking fire that person. Mel Gibson has completely shattered that man's fucking spine. Just whatever was left of his body, it got blown into chunklets. Yeah, here goes Abe. Alright, well this guy is screwed then, because Abe Lincoln is full-on Guardian. And with the elevation and whatnot here, Abe Lincoln is probably not going to miss that, man. Oh, another guy goes spineless. Atlas King. Yeah, this is ugly for you, pal. Right in the middle of a fucking blender. Wow, I hope it's frozen. You know, there's booze in that blender, and that soon it will render the frozen concoction that helps you hang on. Oh, it sure didn't. Sorry, Jimmy Buffett. This Littleville is not filled with delicious margarita. It's just filled with pain, despair, and agony. That was some fucking amazing shooting, by the way, Abe Lincoln. That was goddamn brilliant. These guys have decided to activate themselves somehow, which we might get Overwatch at these guys? Yes? No? Looks like no. Okay. Well, I mean, I was hopeful. So, we've got some stuff to do. Namely, Steve, if you could put this man on the ground for a moment. Wouldn't mind. Just, yeah, there you go. Gently set the sleeping. You know, he's being exceptionally gentle with that person, and I have to admit, that just seems courteous. That's a nice thing to do, Steve. They're having a really bad day. Mel Gibson probably gave them irreparable brain damage. If nothing else, they've got a cranial hematoma right now. He just walked up and smashed their skull in with the butt of a gun. We have a terrible chance to take control of it and not a great chance to shut it down, so we're going to cancel this hack for damn sure. Steve, mate, what can I say, Pete? I've been haven't been studying as much as I should. I really kind of been letting me studies. Wait a minute, did it take us an action? It took us an action to set that fucker on the ground. Well, piss up a rope. That is not good. Tara Reid, I would love to have you salvo here, but you do not have the salvo ability. You can chain shot. Double 100's 20%. It's pretty good. It's going to get rid of all that guy's armor, too. Stovepipe. Well, I was going to say I'd love to get you on the roof and have you go for the salvo, too, but you can't even see anybody. That's no good, boy. That's no good at all. You can see people. How come you can see people, but Abraham Lincoln can't? What is blocking Abe's line of sight? There's got to be some weird kind of interaction happening with the building here. Right? Because Yuri can see. Yuri's got a squad sight shot at you and a squad sight shot at you. That's a probable kill shot. How much health has that guy got? 3, 6, 9. Oh, okay, it's a potential kill shot. I wouldn't say it's a probable kill shot. Man, Terra Moose Juice Reed, I really wish you had salvo. Really do. But you really don't. Alright, Abe, we need a grenade here. Or we could just double chain shot the sectopod. Oh, you don't have enough... Well, we can't double chain shot the sectopod because you don't have enough bullets. Abraham Lincoln, shame on you. What is the Boy Scout motto, Abraham Lincoln? Be prepared, son. Be prepared. It's the Boy Scout motto, and you, Abraham Lincoln, are not prepared. Very disappointed in you, young man. Stovepipe hat. It's gone to your head, sir. So now Yuri can very definitively pick off the trash of whatever is left. He kills whichever one of these we need him to kill. Elite Trooper, he kills either one of those. Of course I do, Pete. I'm Yuri Novak. What is this? Is this my first day, Pete? Come on. Are we going to be able to get enough damage to kill this sectopod? I don't think so. It's got a lot of health. It seems like the safe move would be to just go for the shutdown, which of course Steve Irwin is going to fail. Pete, come on, man. Dude. You can't neg me like that, man. I'm standing right here, man. I'm standing right here. It's just... Oh, it's so mean, bro. Come on, man. You gotta... Jeez, man. I'm right here. It's not cool, mate. It's not cool. Atlas King, we should have done... I should have done this first. I should have had Atlas King just come up here and shred Storm. We could also just have Atlas King stasis. Yeah, let's do that. So I have a plan then, and it doesn't involve trying to mind control the sectopod. At least not now. I wouldn't mind controlling the not a scanning protocol, Steve. What's wrong? I need a capacitor discharge, Steve, because it's going to hit all of these guys. It's going to do a bunch of damage, probably kill 2 of those guys and disorient. I don't know if sectopods can be disoriented. It's going to do a bunch of damage to sectopods. Man, capacitor discharge is real good. That is a very strong ability. Is it as good as the, like, giant battlefield ultra revive? I'm not sure it's not as good as it. It's pretty solid. Well, I was hoping Yuri would crit. Weird PTS and critic was very nice, but Yuri with the sniper rifle is not prone to expensive criticals. It's simply not on menu, Pete. I'm sorry. I wish it were, but it is not. We could kill this thing. Definitively. But there's an achievement I don't have yet. I don't have the one for mind controlling a sectopod, because I've never done it. I've shut him down before. Never mind controlled one. Mel Gibson almost certainly kills this thing this turn. In the interest of achievement whoring, though, I'm going to stasis the sectopod. Atlas King's mind is his shield. I thought Madison's love was your shield, Atlas King. How can you betray Madison's... How can you betray him like that? You make me unhappy, actually, right there. Madison is... he deserves better, Atlas King. He is your shield that guards you. He is the thing that keeps you safe from harm and keeps you lovely in the night. Anyway. Loveliness in the night is all over. Let's take one shot at achievement whoring, and if this fails, we don't get the mind control... Even if we do get the mind control, actually, and get the achievement, we're still going to kill this thing. This guy is dead at this turn. I don't care how high his defense and aim stats go. 3 damage we can get. I may not be good at XCOM. I may not be better than average. I may even be sub-average. Good God, Stevie failed by the whole fucking mile. But I can do 3 damage with my whole team to 1 target over the course of a turn. I got that much chutzpah. Also, Steve, I'm telling you, Mike, just... I'm having a bad day, man. I don't know what's wrong with me. I really don't. I woke up feeling a little off, Pete, and it's just haven't been right. And it doesn't matter how much enhanced defense that guy's got, by the way. Not gonna save us from Yuri's sniper rifle, ain't that right, Yuri? Yes, this is correct. Yuri put one through sectopod's eye hole. Even though sectopods don't have eye hole, he's actually how amazing a shot he is. Can shoot a man in the eye even when he does not have eye.
Okay,
I'm this good, Pete. I'm this good. Can cause eye to appear and then put a bullet in it. And Mel Gibson, by the way, is going to, feel sorry for Johnny Ponytail there. I mean, shit, he have ridiculous, undignified haircut, look like reject from 1980s film, starring probably a member of the Brat Pack, like maybe an Andrew McCarthy, or probably an Estevez or a Sheen, something like this. He looked like douchebag from, like, the typical 80s douche, but still, there's no reason to allow him to be kidnapped by Mel Gibson and abducted. That's just, it's horrible. I would not wish that on my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish that on the alien I just killed. Seems really mean.
Good to go.
Get to reload. There is a non-zero chance we should encounter, or could encounter rather, some more reinforcements. Still, we still got plenty of time, so no rush. After what Abraham Lincoln did to this last pot of reinforcements, though, for the sake of the reinforcements, if nothing else,
Your window for extraction is closing.
yeah, you're fine, Bradford. We're right fucking here, man. We're right fucking here. But if nothing else, I would hope for the sake... Wow, Yuri, you can make... Alright, go to that tile.
Already there.
Now I forgot what I was going to say because Bradford interrupted me. I don't know, something about for the sake of this, we should not let Mel Gibson do this, but I can't even remember what it was. Just go back to the Gordon Gekko joke and pretend I'd finished that one and then just kept my stupid mouth shut. So is this the turn? Are we going to be able to extract this turn? Everybody, where's Moose Juice? You're close enough, right? Harry? Yes. Okay, so Steve is in.
Getting it done.
Moose Juice, you're going to be right in the center. Oh, right in the center of a 4-man sandwich. Right to wait. Oh, it's just how Tara Reid likes it. No, okay, that was uncalled for. I'm not saying Tara Reid would love to be in the middle of a 5-man gangbang, but you know, I'm not saying that either. I don't know how Tara Reid rolls. I don't want to cast aspersions. Maybe she wants to be the meat in a 5-man sandwich, and there's nothing wrong with that. If that's how Tara Reid gets down, that's how she gets down. Let's evac. I wouldn't mind being the meat in a 5-man sandwich, especially if one of those men was Atlas King, the guy. Holy crap. He's the world's most remarkable man. This is how we know that's not what's happening, though. This is how we know that she is not the meat in a 5-man sandwich, because Atlas King is involved, and Atlas King is fully devoted to Madison, his love. He would never betray Madison under any circumstances. It simply would not happen. Betrayal of Madison, it's antithetical to everything that Atlas King stands for. It's the opposite of Atlas King. You're like, I betray my love? I think not. It's not a thought that's even allowed to occur in my brain. I'm simply too good a person to have such a thought, Pete. I'm Atlas King. Get me out of here, Atlas King says, because he's tired of listening to me talk about his love for Madison, because it embarrasses him. He's a humble man. The profound depth of feeling that he has for Madison, his love, you know, he doesn't like to boast, he doesn't like to brag, because he knows that he has something most people will never have, and it makes him feel a little unpleasant. He's such a good person that he doesn't like to cause anybody negative feelings or ill will, and he doesn't want anybody else to feel jealous or bad or like their relationship is somehow inferior to his because of his complete and absolute devotion to Madison. Atlas King is a wonderful person. The loading time here on this screen is less wonderful than Atlas King, though, admittedly. What do you got here, game? A lot of black. Is this... Oh, so clearly what we're doing is the game has decided to just show the point of view from the person we just kidnapped. That was the point of view shot from Johnny Ponytail while they were loading him onto the Sky Ranger. Operation Blood-Soaked Prophet was pretty damn successful. That went really, really well. 100... We never missed a shot? For once, that may be accurate. I'm not sure we did miss a shot. I don't remember us missing any. New average damage per attack record, which I suppose would coincide with our 100% shots, 9.83, pretty good. Not a record for enemies killed per turn, but there weren't that many enemies on the map, and several of those turns we weren't fighting. Terra Moose Juice Reed moved the furthest. Mimic Beacon most under fire, and that it got swung at twice, and damage and attacks go to Drunk Uncle Mel and his fabulous skin suit. Oh, the feet on that thing are really fucking creepy. Ah, I can see your toes, Mel. Yeah, I have, if there's like something that's the opposite of a foot fetish, I would say I am afflicted with that. Feet kind of weird me out a little bit. Everybody has feet. You know, like, Pete, what's wrong with feet? Everybody's got feet. And that, yeah, that's fine. But it's just, I don't know. There's something about him I kind of find off-putting. Plus, Mel Gibson, when I see your feet covered in red like that, it makes me think like you have some kind of really aggressive foot fungus that has infested your skin. I mean, look at the foot. First off, that is not a healthy human foot. A healthy human foot does not look like that. Mel Gibson, you know what he looks like? He looks like he's fucking been flayed alive while wearing that suit. It's not a Lady Gaga meat suit. He looks like he's been nailed to the banner of House Bolton. I am the flayed man. Yes, Roos has worked me over. Also, if Mel Gibson was in Game of Thrones, let's face it, he'd be a member of House Bolton. That's just how that would go down. Mel Gibson would be a Bolton. Probably a Roos Bolton. Be like, yeah, so I cut people's skins off and make them into suits. What's wrong with that? It's useful. It's a good thing. Something that should be perpetrated in his universe. It's a necessary thing.
Good work out there,
And I would be like, Mel Gibson, get a Mel Gibson saying that flaying men alive is useful and necessary. And then Mel comes to your house with a knife and he's like, oh, you don't think this is necessary? Well, it's time for you to learn a lesson. Allegedly, I don't want to come out and say that Mel Gibson might show up at your house and flay you alive. But again, much like with the Tara Reid thing, I'm not saying that either. Because you don't know what Mel Gibson gets up to in his free time. Still, Operation Blood-Soaked Prophet, I'm pretty pleased about that. We didn't get a single promotion, not even for Mel Gibson. I mean, 13 to 28, that's pretty respectable. It's better than 2 to 1. He's closing in on the counter. Sure, he is a lieutenant, and Moose Juice Reed didn't get a promotion to lieutenant, which I'm a little disappointed about either. Alice King, of course, too humble a man to accept a thing like promotions. He gets evaluated on his own merit for his accomplishment. Nathan Peters, well, he survived his ordeal at least. And man, look at this outfit and haircut. This is every 80s fucking douche bro, sort of Wall Street, highfalutin. This guy is, he is the epitome of yuppiness right here. This is the turbo yuppie. Is your business card come in bone? Is that how it is? No off-white, no eggshell. Yours comes in bone, and it makes Bret Easton Ellis a little upset because yours is fancier than his, and then he goes and writes a book about it. Is that what you're doing here, Nathan Peters? Is that what you're up to? Are you American Psychoing me? Is that your game? I'm gonna cut that ponytail right off of you, Nathan Peters. I'll cut it right off.
You and your crew have dealt another serious blow to the aliens' efforts today, Commander.
For once, Optimus Prime, I'm forced to agree with you, because from a terror perspective, I think we have definitely stricken fear into the hearts of the aliens. Mel Gibson in a meat suit, murdering civilians and abducting others. If you knew there was a Mel Gibson in a meat suit loose in your city right now and that he was killing and stealing people, you'd fucking lock your doors, barricade the windows, put up bars, load the shotgun, build a fort in your bedroom out of your mattress and blankets, and then hide in the fort with the loaded shotgun to try and stay safe from Mel Gibson. Admit it, you would, and I would, and it's the only rational thing to do.
Advanced new technologies. Any recruits you encounter with a proclivity
We're low on scientists?
would be of great use to me.
This is I was unaware that this is a thing that could even happen. Low on scientists. Are we consuming scientists somehow? Do we have fewer scientists than we need? Do we need, all right. I suppose if we need scientists, there's no reason to not go get some. Yes, I'm aware there's a supply drop available, and I will get to it. Resistance contacts, which we don't really are worried about. Let's go check out the scientist thing. I mean, I normally don't do anything on the Geoscape post-mission. Yeah, Lily, would you shut up?
But as it stands, we have people still waiting for an assignment.
I know you have people waiting for an assignment, Lily. They've been waiting for an assignment forever. There's no job to assign them. You're like, I have too many people. Dr. Tigan, I don't have enough people. Gee, maybe you guys could cooperate and see if there's a fucking solution to this problem by delegating some of our idle engineers to the science team. Speaking of which, there is no scientist available, so fuck me. I guess we can go check at the black market. I don't know why I'm doing this in an effort to keep Dr. Tiger happy. What has he done for me lately?
Market is open.
He built Mel Gibson a skin suit. That's the only thing he's done for us lately, and arguably, I'm not sure that's a good thing. We'll keep the stasis vest, I guess. Advanced focus, I don't know if I'm ever going to use that, but do I want to get rid of it? I don't really need supplies. What I need is intel. Is there anything else we definitely will never use we can just get rid of? Advanced repeater, we'll never use that. The rest of this stuff probably... I say probably, but the rest of this stuff might have a usage, so let's just get rid of that, and let's see how much intel it would cost us to buy a scientist, or if a scientist is even available. Nope, just engineers. Well, thanks for reminding me to go buy a scientist, Dr. Tigan. I appreciate you hijacking a portion of my day, you fucking jerk. Is there any... Ooh. More speed? Yeah, you know what? I am going to buy that. At least it wasn't a total bust. I didn't get what Dr. Tigan sent me to get. He sent me to the store with a list, and I came home, and I'm like, sorry, sir, none of the stuff you wanted on the list was actually available at the store. Be like, what? I sent you for rice and kidney beans so that I could make a delicious meal for the two of us. And I'd be like, well, you shouldn't have sent me to Home fucking Depot then, Dr. Tigan, because they don't sell that shit at Home Depot. Anyway. My disagreement with Dr. Tigan is over, and so is this episode. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot. And if you'd like to see more nightmarish antics from Uncle Drunk Mel Gibson, or Drunk Uncle Mel Gibson, as some other people call him, might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes every single day. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.